I'm on week 1. I'm doing
Go
day
ahead.
5 today, total body.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to introduce. Hello, everybody. It is Saturday morning coffee talk, February 6th. I have 2 updates for us. Okay. So fit parties going on through the rest of February, 9 a.m. Saturday morning and Monday night at that time, 7 p.m., all Eastern. If you're not in the Fit Party Central group, be in there because we will be doing contests each month in the group. So you want to be in there. Make sure you can win prizes, have fun, invite people. It's a ton of fun and it's growing. So last time our Fit Party had 40 people on it. This morning, I know it's going to be fun, and it's just going to keep growing. We're gonna break the internet, guys. We're just gonna break the internet. Zoom's gonna be like, what is going on over there? It's gonna be great. So that is one update. The other update is the BOD app. Now you can track your meals right in the BOD app. So you don't have to go over to the nutrition app. You can do it right in the BOD app. I'm sorry, I'm gonna play around with this spotlight, add spotlight. There we go, and enter more people. Okay, so fun part for today. We have Emily on here, and we were just talking about the programs that we're doing right now. Oh, now I have feedback. Why do I have feedback? I'm trying to check these. Oh, we need to mute some people. There we go. We should be good now. All right. If you guys hear feedback, let me know. Also, open up your chat so that when you ask questions, I can read them off to Emily and we can go from there. So sorry about that. We were just talking about the workouts that we're on. But before we do, Emily, can you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Emily Doñez. I have known Ashley since high school. And I see her husband Jesse's on here. Jesse, I had a dream that we were having like a 20-year high school reunion because it's going to be our 20th this year. And like they did a feature of all of us in like the high school newspaper. I literally had that dream yesterday. It's so crazy.
That's an amazing dream.
Yeah. Probably haven't seen you like face to face in 20 years. It's good to see you. I will be 38 next Friday. I'm an Aquarius baby, so I like to do things, to my own beat, which brings me to why I joined Beachbody 10 years after Ashley so nicely just checked in every once in a while, every couple months. Hey, happy birthday. Have you ever thought about it? But like, I'm a true Aquarius. I like to do things my own way. But I joined Beachbody on July 4th. 2020 after gaining quarantine weight and being frustrated with my current program and just really hitting a plateau. And I've been working out consistently since July 4th, 2020. And what I get most enjoyment out of is seeing all the women that are on the Zoom call today, seeing you on the Facebook page. I feel like I know you and you know me, and like we're in this struggle together. And that's been the most glorious part of this whole fitness journey, is getting to meet all of you. So I'm really happy to see people on the Zoom today and like seeing your faces and your personality shine through. So I'm looking forward to spending this next hour with you.
You are so awesome. We will not be on here for an entire hour, just so you know. But
that's good.
So I just got done working out, so I might be slightly out of breath. And literally while I was working out, I'm like, what is going on right now? I don't even know what's going on, because I'm doing 9-week Control Freak and I'm on phase 3, week 1. Which one? What program are you doing right now?
I just started 9-week Control Freak, so I'm on phase 1, week 1, day 5, total body today. And I like that my rest day is tomorrow for the Super Bowl, so it kind of like works perfectly.
Perfect. We so Emily talked about, like, I invited her 10 years ago. So I've been a coach for 10 years, and anytime someone has a birthday, I send them a birthday message. But I mean, you're extra special though, Emily. So we've known each other for a long time, and she was in Jesse, my husband's grade. So I was like 1 grade below her in high school. And then your sister, I think, is like a year below me. Are you guys only 2 years apart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, fun times. And my brother, knew your younger sister. So there's a lot of crossover. Your mom works for the school that my kids go to. So, there's a lot of crossover, but never actually seeing each other. Although that one time we had a meeting over and you scared the crud out of me.
Yeah. So when you said introduce yourself, I automatically switched into work mode, and I had to stop myself and say, I'm Emily Donez, the community relations manager at Rivers Casino Philadelphia, blah, blah, blah. But Rivers Casino, formerly Sugar House Casino, is the site for your Super Saturdays, which Beachbody has been holding since 2016. And I would work those. Like, that was my job. I would be there. I would see all these like crazy ladies coming in their workout gear, and we would have to organize our team to move all the chairs so that you could do your workouts. And the last time you had it in person, I saw your bright pink hair, and I was like, I gotta find her in the room. And like, I saw like this bright pink beacon shining in the crowd, and I'm like, Ash, and I scared the bejesus out of you.
Well, we were like, so we have these quarterly meetings and they're very local. So Beachbody has these same quarterly meetings throughout the entire country and then other countries. So ours is local to Philadelphia, and it's where Emily works, like she said, at the casino in Philadelphia. And so I'm sitting there literally totally into the speaker, like taking notes 100%, sitting in my row. And all of a sudden this girl pops up from the like she was like crawling on the floor so nobody else would see, not be able to see the stage. And she just pops up, Ashley. And I'm like, what the is going on? It was so funny. And it took me a hot second to even realize who you were. I was like, who is this?
Yeah, because I know, but you weren't expecting it. But I think that was what kind of helped like push it a little bit, because we were working with the Beachbody coach that was in charge of booking the space,
Dave,
and just like working there every Saturday and seeing the energy and the camaraderie of the men and women that were coming through, and just seeing that it was actually, it wasn't like a pyramid scheme. It wasn't like sell this and then you have to get all your friends. It wasn't like that. It was an actual community, and everybody had the same commitments and dreams and goals wherever you were in your fitness journey. But it wasn't so much about the fitness. It was just about like how you feel in your heart and how you're making this 2%, this 30 minutes of your day count for the rest of the 24 hours that you're spending your day. I think like after I saw you and then I wasn't happy with my fitness goals, that really like helped push me to reach out and say, all right, let's do this.
I love it. And so I would love for Emily to share a little bit of her story in bits and pieces as we go here, because she has a different story than what you're normally hearing. It's not like, oh, I saw you on Facebook or Instagram and I followed you for like a month or two and we got started. That's number one. Number two, you were introduced to our community before you ever joined our community by seeing us come in, seeing the culture. And our culture is very different even from like other direct sales companies, I believe. And I love the fact that when we go to these meetings, they are business meetings, but we're all there in our like workout clothing. And the things that we recognize and the things that we celebrate, especially in Philadelphia, we celebrate sobriety. We celebrate the conditions that will like I lost 100 pounds, yes, but this is what happened because of it. Like relationships and just, we don't just celebrate the weight loss or you know what I mean? And it's really cool that they do that. And I really love that community there. And maybe not all the other Super Saturdays are similar, exactly the same, but they're all similar. They all have that same like culture of helping one another and not just wanting to be a Beachbody, which is funny because that's the name of the company and it totally throws people off to like people be like, well, I don't need a Beachbody. Okay, I think we're losing, but we're a household name, so we're not going to change the name of our company. So anyway, you got started with a free trial, right? Like you got started with a 2-week free trial to Beachbody On Demand. And what did you do in that free trial? Like what workout program did you start?
So I listened to my coach, like all of you should, and I started with Autumn's 21-day fix because I did have a decent level of fitness and was used to working out and weightlifting and following a structured program like that. And I just let it ride. I had another friend, she lives in Southern Jersey, and she was doing her free trial as well. So we were kind of like doing it together and checking in. She let her trial fizzle out, but I kept going because I just needed Autumn in my life. And I think we all felt that way. I remember when she was coming to the casino for a Super Saturday and just like the electricity and buzz that was in the air, like Autumn is here, Autumn is here. And the other manager on duty was like, I don't know who this person is, but like these women are going nuts. So when Ashley said start it with Autumn, I remembered and I made that connection, like, hold on, this is something that might actually work. And I just like really connected with all the other cast members in the program, and I just let my trial run and I kept it going. So the 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme. And after that, you introduced me to the MBF challenge package. And I was like, I don't want to be upsold, like, and I know that's not who you are, you know, but I also know that you're running a business. And I'm thinking, okay, like there's all these other women that are showing their results with MBF, and all right, just do it. Okay. Like you're working, you know, you're not furloughed and like money's coming in. It's not crazy money. Just do it. So I got the challenge package with the Energize and Recover, all the containers, all the special subscriptions. But I didn't get the Shakeology. So Ash, I'm gonna like talk about that.
That's fine. So tell me, you did 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme. That's 6 weeks right there. How did you feel after those first 6 weeks? What did you notice different about yourself?
So I don't know how everybody else felt when quarantine first started, but I was super depressed and anxious. I didn't know what was happening with my job being in a casino. Philly is super restricted and restrictive in terms of what they're allowing. So we were drinking a lot because we thought we were just on vacation all the time. Like we were just like eating whatever because we were home. We were scared to like walk around the block because you didn't know like if the coronavirus was going to seep through the air. I mean, it was a really big struggle. And I was really struggling with my anxiety and mental health because of all the unknowns. But after completing those 6 weeks, I lost a couple pounds. I tightened up. I lost a lot of inches. But I got structure back in my life, and I didn't have that before. And I felt like if I wasn't pressing play, I was letting myself down because, yeah, there's a money component involved, but I had made the decision after 10 years to make this commitment, and I didn't want to let myself down because it's so easy to do that, especially with all the uncertainty that was happening over the summer. So yeah, like I lost some weight, I gained some muscle, but I got back the control in my life that I needed of the structure of the endorphins surging through my body, finding a new community, and that helped quell the anxiety a lot. Definitely making better food and drinking choices, and not just cracking open the wine when it's like a nice day out, but thinking I already worked out. Why would I negate that with drinking half a bottle of wine outside on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. When there's better choices to be made?
Dude, structure, I can't even, especially with mental health. When you have anxiety, bipolar, ADHD, like it doesn't matter what diagnosis you were given because you don't even need, you don't need a diagnosis. And especially now, I feel like even if you've never been diagnosed or had any mental problems in the past, you probably did during COVID, like during lockdowns, during quarantine. You just did. I mean, this is something totally different than anybody experienced. So yeah, you're going to struggle mentally. And then those of us who already have certain things that creep up in our lives, yeah, it's going to be exacerbated, like big time.
Mhm.
And being on that structure, it's the structure. It's like what you were saying, the endorphins, the rigorous usage of your body, being able to unplug during a short period of time where you're pushing through and you literally can't think about anything else, like that makes a big difference. Huge difference. That's another thing that we were celebrating at Super Saturday, people's mental health, coming out of certain problems. It's just such a big deal. And I find that strength, that same theme over and over and over again with people that we work with. So I'm so grateful for you even sharing that. So you went through your 6 weeks and then you were like, okay, Ashley, go ahead, sell me on a challenge pack. When you did that, you went into MBF, which I love MBF because it's completely different from 21 Day Fix, but it's structured like 21 Day Fix. And the fact that it has 3 weeks and then another program you can go right into for 3 weeks. And did you do those both, right?
I did.
And you had Energize and Recover at this time. Now,
I don't care for the Energize, guys. I know some of
go
you
ahead.
love
Yeah.
it, but I don't like the tingles.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because when I would have a panic attack, I would get the tingles, and I think there's a negative correlation to that.
Yeah, it can be, definitely.
Like I know some people, like I got the tingles going and I'm feeling good, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm having a panic.
Yeah, your
attack.
heart's like racing. Yeah.
So I would do like a little bit, and I still have it every once in a while when I really need it. But the Recover I do like, because that was a really like lifting heavy program, and a lot of muscle recovery was needed. So I really enjoyed drinking the Recovery during that program.
Cool. What did you notice between those two? So you went 6 weeks and then you had another 6 weeks.
Mhm.
First of all, how proud of yourself were you for just continuing straight through?
Absolutely, especially when we opened back up at work, and it wasn't just I'm home all day and I'll do it whenever. I had to really like plan everything out, and I didn't do it every day. I would give myself an extra rest day depending on what was going on, but that was okay, you know. And I liked MBF. I liked the results because I felt like everything was like so tight, and I really just like shredded out my muscles, and I think I needed that after the 21 Day Fix program. So I enjoyed those results a lot.
That's awesome. I can't wait for you to get really into 9-week Control
Mhm.
Freak. Like you're gonna feel this thing. You're like, holy crud, what is going on? I feel like I'm so much stronger from this program. It's insane. So at what point, because I think you were drinking, we don't need to name labels or anything, but I'm pretty sure you were drinking another shake, right? Before you decided.
I did. So I was
Go ahead,
drinking
share that.
I was drinking another brand, and like it really does come down to money at some time, because let's face it, Shakeology is very expensive compared to what you could get at the grocery store or Amazon or the other links that are sponsored on your Facebook feed. But I thought, you know what, let me just try it. So I ordered the sample pack because it was the 4 packs. It was like 20 or $30. And I'm like, all right, that's doable. And then I was like, whoa, what the heck? I'm like, this is amazing. This is so
I'm giggling because you always start like so, like you're like, okay, I'll do the free trial.
But I remember it was like the Monday before Thanksgiving, and that is when I distribute over 600 turkeys at work, and I have to be at work like super early, and it's like the longest day of my year. But I drank my Shakeology with banana and a scoop of peanut butter powder in it, and it kept me full until like the very end of my turkey giveaway. And
Insane.
Okay, I'm going to order it. So I ordered the chocolate. I got my vanilla coming later this month. But I make that I try to do it every morning, at least during the workday, so that it keeps me full when I'm in the office and I'm not tempted to go and snack and ruin everything. And putting like half a banana in it really does like push me through. So yeah, you know, I guess I should listen to people. Maybe that should be my new resolution.
We, I hear it from a lot of other people who switch from one product to another, like one product to Shakeology. What, I can name a bunch of them, but I just don't want to bash anybody else at the moment. But the feeling of being full has been a huge theme throughout that. My sister, who is not somebody like, she is not someone who would buy anything for her health. That sounds ridiculous, but like she's not gonna go buy extra supplements, or she's just not like that. And she also wouldn't buy from me just because I'm her sister. Like, that's not a thing either. So she's been one of my most loyal customers in the last 10 years. She's been drinking Shakeology every day. And she's like, and I asked her, I was like, why do you even drink it? Like, why do you drink it? I know why I drink it, but I'm surprised that you drink it. She's like, Ashley, it's the only thing that keeps me full from like morning to probably later lunchtime, like all morning. And she's like, and it tastes good and it's super easy. So why wouldn't I? And I find that funny because I'm completely the opposite, in the fact that I bought it to lose weight. Like, that was I'm like, I'm buying this because you lost weight. I'm going to lose weight. That's why I'm buying it. A. And then B, I started like diving deep into all the ingredients, and I'm like, wow, this thing is amazing. And it's funny because it's two totally different views on it. You know what I mean? But yet we all came to the same conclusion that it's freaking amazing. And the price tag at first, yeah, it might be like, holy crap, but that's because we're comparing it to something that it's not. So when we compare it to a protein shake or to something else, that's not what it is. It's not. It's a high quality, nutrient dense shake. And for you, and I have done this. If you go to the grocery store and just look up like a Whole Foods or any alternative like health store and look up what's in it, like probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, like maca and blah, 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 all these ingredients, and you look at the prices of them, you're like, well, maybe it is pretty good value for what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really cool that you have got on it, love it. And your story of it just cracks me up because we're completely different. When I saw my friend get great results in like 3 months, I just looked at her. I'm like, tell me what you're doing and I'll just buy it. Like the package thing. Right. Yeah. And you're like 10 years. And then I did the free trial and then I tried this a little bit. I love it. I just love the different personalities and the different ways that people come to similar conclusions. It's so great. So tell me though, you said you love the community. You I think are very much like me. Like, you jump in when you can, you interact when you can, but you're not there all the time, right? Like when it comes to the challenge groups and checking in with the Facebook group, right?
Right.
But you said it made a huge difference for you. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my lights are like flickering. There we go.
I didn't even notice.
So, I mean, I know I see people posting every day, and that makes me feel connected. And I post every once in a while when I can, but it doesn't mean that I'm not there and I'm not watching. I see you, Colleen. I see you with like your sweat dripping down, and like Kristen Boyer every day. Like, you're like my girls, and I feel like they're my friends, like kicking butt. And I kicked butt too, but I think it's like just like a time thing because I'm plugged in all day at work. So my job is to interact with the public. So I'm talking all day, I'm interacting all day, I'm extroverted all day, but in my heart, I'm an introvert. So when I come home, I need to just like not talk to anybody. I do my workout, I shower, and then it's just like me and my husband watching a movie with the dog, and it exhausts me to just like give out so much. So I have to refill myself, like put more water in my bucket so that I can give it back out to everybody the next day. But just like seeing everybody's posts every day, it helps feeling connected. And I see all of you. I see all the women. I feel you. I think Kristen last week said that she was crying getting through the Tabata part. And when she posted her selfie, like I saw the tears in her eyes, and it made me tear up because like I know that frustration, because not every workout leaves you feeling fantastic. You know, like sometimes like you really do struggle. In Morning Meltdown 100, I hated lit cardio. I hated it. Like I dreaded it, but it was also the one, like sometimes I would like do it first so I could get it over with and then just like do the rest in the program. And there would be times like those rocket launcher things where like you're lifting both legs up and one's in a high and you're like, oh my God, like I cringe thinking about it. And there would be times when like I would cry at the end too. And, you know, seeing people like share that struggle, like it's not easy when the fitness community, I mean, you look at all of like social media, they're all sharing like, look how great I feel. And I just did my workout and I feel awesome. And look at all my meal prep. And you just see so much success and like, you don't want to get down on that. And that's why I like this group because everybody is so real. You're not afraid to share the struggles as well as the successes, especially when it comes to the scale, because my numbers haven't really budged. And that's really frustrating to see that, like seeing the scale go up, but seeing the inches shrink, like you have to remember that. And we're so hard on ourselves, especially when we see results on social media. Like I just did 9-week control freak and I lost 15 pounds and 85,000 inches. And I did all my containers and my meal prep. And I'm like, I have a hard time doing that because I'm still struggling to work, give my all for my family, for my personal health. I just went back to graduate school. So now I have something else on top of like all the other commitments that I put for myself. So it's really like, I don't have children, but that's another big stressor for women too, is trying to be there for their children, especially if you're homeschooling. It's not always the success. There's a lot of failure in it, but through the failure, we do rise up, but we have to rely on each other. And I rely on all of you, even though I'm not posting, maybe I should more, but you know, just really thank you everybody for keeping it real and sharing the good and the bad and everything in between.
You're so sweet. We have some people commenting on here. They can so relate. Yes, 80-day obsession Saturdays. Yes, you cringe it and then you do it and then you're like, oh my gosh, did I just do that? Yeah, I love hearing that you were using something else and tried out Shakeology. Most people will say it's too expensive without even trying another product, so no effort to begin with. Yes, you're right. You're right. Real community. I hear that a lot when it comes to our community. Like it's real, because why would you not be real about it anyway? You know what I mean? So I love the uplifting community. I love that you can come to the group and share what you're struggling with. And I saw your post about your transformation and you're like, okay, I did this, I'm down inches, but I'm up 2 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's like, but we have to remember, if you're down inches, then obviously something's happening. Yeah, look at that. But you're right. We're so like, sometimes we really are just so fixated on the scale numbers. And that's why pictures are huge too.
Right. And that's not like real life, because it has like, I'm 38 and the way my body reacts to how I was 28 is totally different. And I'm never going to look the way I was when I was 28. You know, our hormones change, our bodies change. We might have pre-existing medical conditions that prevent us from losing weight, or I know a couple of friends that were just diagnosed with Hashimoto's and they cannot lose weight at all. And that's really difficult for them. I'm taking Lexapro for like the past 2 years, and it's been really hard for me to lose any weight from that. You know, there's just so many factors, and that's why we just can't focus on the scale. It's a great driver to our success, but it cannot measure who we are and how successful we were in a program.
So why aren't you coaching again, Emily? We'll talk about that more later. So, no, I think you're right in the fact that we have to go off of more than just one measurement. I think scale is important. It definitely is. But if you were just looking at that scale and didn't see the inches or didn't see the results in a picture, you wouldn't have a true gauge of what to go off of. But if you have those three things, if you have pictures, measurements, and scale, then you can really get a full picture of what's going on. You can't just go off of one of those three things. You just can't. And especially you have to be real. You have to realize I'm lifting up stronger than I've been either ever or in a long time, And so that means something too. Like it's a holistic approach. It's not just one thing off of another. And then you also have to gauge your energy too. Is your energy changed since you started?
Absolutely. Yeah. I on a whim signed up to go back to school. Like I don't know why I did that. I had my first quiz yesterday. I haven't taken a closed book quiz in 18 years, and I'm the oldest in the class. But I thought, look at what I can do now, because I can prove to myself that I can finish a program, and not just one program, but multiple programs. And that is a measure of success, that I put my mind to this and I can totally do it. And going back to school was something that's been on my mind. I'm getting a certificate in public relations, which applies directly to my job, and it's going to give me more success in the future. But I wouldn't have had the energy to do this if I wasn't drinking my Shakeology and doing my programs, because it's easy to say, all right, I'm going to do my workout for 30 minutes and then I'm going to do my stretch, because I like to do my autumn stretch right after I do my workout, since I do work out in the evenings. And then I hit the books. And I feel energized and I'm ready to go and I'm focused and I'm laser sharp. And that has really helped create like a more holistic Emily, so that I can achieve these things. So it's played a huge factor in my life.
That's awesome. So cool. And I have one more question for you and we'll let you go. But what's your husband's name? I can't remember.
Jose.
Yeah. What kind of change has he noticed in you?
He loves how I look. When we first met, I was more so in the hospitality business and not in community and public relations. So your lifestyle is not healthy, because you are running events, you're running around like crazy, you're not eating and drinking because you're on the floor in the middle of the event, you're working late hours. So I was like this little skinny, like size 0. And, he's Latin, so he likes a little bit of a curvy woman. So when I was gaining weight after I shifted from events into what I'm doing now, you're a little bit more sedentary, you're getting older. So like your body's shifting, and it was an uncomfortable shift for me. And I'm like, like, oh my gosh, where did these come from? And where did these hips come from? And he's like, babe, you look great. But I didn't like how I looked in a bikini over the summer. And once I started doing these programs, I showed him the pictures. I'm like, look at this. Like everything just is like tighter and higher and firmer. And he, he's so sweet. He's like, baby, you looked great before, but he's like, yeah, you look fantastic. Like, and he, he's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, I'm happy that you're happy. And I'm happy that you found something that keeps your energy up. And when we get home from work, he calls it his old man nap. So he'll nap from like 5 to 6 while I do my workout and shower. And then he wakes up, we make dinner together. It's something healthy. So it's helped drive us to do something a little bit more together and as a couple, cooking healthy together. He knows I have to do my workout as soon as I get home. If I don't do it, it's never getting done. And yesterday I was like exhausted. We went out the night before, we had a couple drinks, and I was just so tired yesterday. So we drove in together, and then on the drive home, I fell asleep in the car. And when I got home, he's like, are you going back to bed? I'm like, no, I gotta go do my workout. He's like, what? I said, I took my power nap in the car. I got my 20. I said, I have to work out. I have to. We went out last night. That was my rest day, even though like we put one on a little bit, but I said, I need to work out. I got to do my stretch, and then we're going to have a nice dinner and relax. And that's what we did. So, I love that he supports it. And he lets me have my hour to myself to do what I need to do. And, then we pick it up.
That's awesome. And he gets his power nap. That sounds like a glorious, hey, if Jesse, I know you're on here from 5 to 6, I would like a power nap, please, every day. Thank you very much. Okay. He probably would be like, yes, go ahead, do it. He actually does let me go take a nap whenever I want. So I'm very lucky. We have really good husbands. Okay. So we have some people on here being like, yeah, you need to coach. Emily, you're a natural coach. Don't overthink it. And just share and see who reaches out to you. Just be you. Yeah, we're going to have to talk a little bit more about that later. So coaching, really cool thing if you ever want to jump into it. So we're super, super grateful and happy that you were on here today. And I really appreciate it. And I just love I'm honored that you reached out to me. Thank you very much.
Well,
I love seeing
out because there were other people. I think during the first shutdown, a lot of people joined, and I was seeing their posts. But honestly, I wanted you to get the commission because I've known you and Jesse for so long, and I've seen the life that you were able to build by doing coaching, and you're so engaged and enthusiastic and real and there for this. It's a big community. There's like 200 some women in the group. That's a lot. That's a lot of time, but you're there for every single one of us. And like from the bottom of my heart, and I know all these women on this call and everybody that's listening, we are very grateful for you because you are that catalyst, you're that driver that keeps us trying to be the best version of ourselves. So thank you. Seriously.
I'm not crying.
I know.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now I need to go get myself together before we have fit party. Thank you so much, Emily. I'm excited to see more of your beautiful face on our group. And I'm excited to see how you feel throughout all of 9-Week Control Freak.
I will. I'm going to go crush day 5 right now. Bye, guys.
See you later. Thank you.